Hey, Sangriaz from the Hidden Levels here with a preview slash walkthrough of Ovivo. Game is published by Sometimes You, developed by Is Hard. We were provided with a copy of the game for the purpose of this preview content, and the game releases on July 3rd, 2019 on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 maybe a day or two ahead or delayed depending on the region. The cost is $6.99 US dollars, or its equivalent in other regions. The game is a platformer that is a little bit unique. You don't have a jump option, rather you have the ability to switch between the black and white planes. The entire graphic is black and white, very stylish, and when you are in a black dot in a white background, your gravity is normal, so you're falling downwards. The other way, when you're a white dot in a black background, your gravity is reversed, so you're falling upwards. So that's the only control you're gonna have to switch between these two colors and planes, and using your left thumbstick to move left and right. So you're gonna use that plus the physics. So when you're falling and you fall through the plane, you are going to use that momentum to get to places that you normally would not be able to get to. Okay, like that. Yeah, and you have to also avoid these spike things. You will get killed. Basically, you're collecting these dots and these character story symbols that will explain what the hell is going on. There's no cutscenes or dialogues per se in this game, other than that dots. The black dot I just collected is it's called a Morse dot in the game. So if you're familiar with Morse code, black dot is a short beep and the white dot represents a long beep. So if you collect 3 black dots, it'll be dot dot dot. If you collect 1 black dot, 1 white dot, that'll be dot dot, and that means shit, right? So I'm not familiar with Morse code, so I don't know. I would have to look it up on the net, but that's what it is, right? Okay, so and there's in this video I'm gonna show you 4 levels. So this is the introductory first level, kind of a tutorial-ish level, and there's gonna be so we're gonna need to use a momentum to get there because there's not enough height that we can get. We cannot jump, right? So there's gonna be 3 levels, 3 rings. So this is the first level that we just completed. It shows you the entire level there. Okay, now we have the first ring here. So there's gonna be 3 different levels. First one available is the first level, and in each of these levels there's gonna be 3 symbols, hidden symbols to collect. They're gonna unlock an achievement each, and they will fill in the circle. So our goal is to fill in the entire circle by finding all the symbols. So as I mentioned, 3 rings, 3 symbols each, 3 maps each. So 3 is a big thing in this game, I guess. So that means 27 total to collect, and I do show you how to collect them all in this video. I did not edit out all of the death because it was a nightmare. I died a lot, and it wasn't easy. I didn't want to edit them all out, making it complicated and maybe confuse you of the orientation, because the game moves quite fast as well, right? But so I'm gonna talk to you through the first map, and then this video should be kind of self-explanatory. There's nothing really too difficult that I do in any of these videos. Just watch what I do and kind of follow along, and you should not have too much problems. And by the way, the Morse code thing, I also show you at the end of the video, at the end of each map, that what the Morse code should look like. So if you miss the dot somewhere, you can try to look for that in my video. I'm trying to find out if there's any other dots that I'm missing that may be around. But, yeah. So at the end of each map, I'm gonna show you what the Morse code looks like. There's a secret symbol that we need to collect. So we're gonna use our momentum. Okay. This is pretty much the basic premise of the entire game. We're gonna be using these momentum, the physics things, gravity physics, in order to get these items and to get to the end of the level. So there you go. The first symbol collected. I do not know the meaning of the symbols, but at the end of the walkthrough, I think it's gonna be 3 parts. I'm probably gonna take 1 ring per video. This is basically the first ring and 3 levels plus the introductory level. And so, what was I gonna say? I missed what I was gonna say. So I saw that dot there. I needed to use the gravity. All right, so yep, it is. If you think this looks hard, it is. It takes time to get used to the controls, but once you do, it plays fantastic. The controls are tight. There's no like, no, I haven't had a time where I was like, oh, this controls like a shit, and it's a fault of the game and not fault of my lack of lack of skill. I never felt that way in this game so far, so it's great. So instead of trying to go to the right, I'm trying to get up there because I see the symbol all the way on the top right there. And yeah, a lot of the times you see it, but how to collect it is the secret. So even if you have a guide handy, like a picture guide that shows you where it is, that's not the problem. You know where it is. You just don't know how to get it. Like here, I have to go the long way around basically. So I was trying to just kind of take a shortcut and try to get in there somehow. Can't do it. At least I couldn't figure out a way to do it. There may be a way, but I couldn't. So eventually I realized I gotta go around. Like I said, I didn't remove any of my blunders because I'm human for one, and I'm lazy is the other. And editing this out in some way would have been pretty hard because I didn't die. I kept trying. If I died, then there was a checkpoint where right before my successful thing, I would have edited out, to be honest. And I did edit out some of that in my second and third map, and I probably will be doing something similar for my other rings videos. But for this one, bear with me. I think this is the only time that I do this for so long. But even with this video handy, the walkthrough video handy, you can see depending on how long it takes for you to get used to the controls, it may be a pretty long completion, it may be an easy completion for you. It's all gonna depend how fast you adjust to these controls, because it's not the usual jump, move forward, run, that kind of things that we find in many of the platformers. All right, so let's move on. Finally collected that. I think the next symbol was a little bit easier. I just love it. This is fantastic. I was talking with Carnage. It was like, oh, this is amazing. This was the he hasn't played a game before a pre-release and enjoyed it so much that he decided to complete it quickly in a long while, and that's saying something because Carnage plays a lot of ID at Xbox games, and he plays a lot of games in general. So many ID games have unique ideas, but not always the best. Sometimes there's, the idea is great, but there's a lack of production quality, that comes with being an indie, unfortunately, due to lack of funding. Or the idea is not that great, but the achievement easy or whatever. But I think this game gets it right on many levels. It's fun. It's not that hard of a completion. You just need to collect all the symbols. And all the symbols are pretty much visible. So, even without any walkthroughs, you can still, figure this out. You're not at the mercy of a walkthrough creator. Like, for example, from the same developer, Energy Cycle. That's a hard completion if you're trying to solve it yourself, especially Energy Cycle Edge. I think the person that completed it first on the PlayStation side took like 20 hours or something like that, trying to figure everything out. But now with the guide on true achievement, they can be completed in like 1 hour, less than an hour, I think. So but this one, I think without a guide, maybe a 3 hour, 4 hour completion. With the guide, probably still like a 3 hour completion. So there's one thing I think gets it right. Controls I mentioned is great. Game very simplistic, very easy to learn, but hard to master. Love that in a platformer. I hate games. I hate platforming games where there's so many mechanisms that makes it unnecessarily difficult to learn. But actually, the game itself is pretty boring and just has a lot of levels. So yeah, I think this one gets it pretty much perfect so far. I haven't played the entire game, so maybe the second and the third map I'll be like, oh, this sucks. I don't know. But from playing the first 3 levels, which is 1/3 of the game, that's the Morse code I was talking about. They do spell out a word, so I'll probably look it up at the end and tell you what they are in the third part of the video and third and final part of the series. And so that's it. I'm gonna stop talking here. Achievement wise, basically you need to collect all the Morse code dots and collect all the symbols. Each of the symbols collected are achievements. So there's 27 achievements for collecting each of the symbols, collecting all of the symbols, and collecting all of the dots. That's basically the set of achievements that this game provides. Of course, you get 1000 G. You can get a platinum trophy for completing it on the PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if this one is coming to the Vita system. Usually, sometimes you games are not cross-buy, so you probably will have to buy it 2 times if it is available on the Vita. It's also, I believe, Europe and North America region stack, so you can play at least 2 times, if not 4 times. And I'm not sure if it's coming out to Asia. So that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna go back and play more of this game. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Alright, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and I'll be back with the second and third parts very soon.